George here. We're all quite bored during the lockdown period, and I sent out a photo yesterday on my Instagram inviting you guys for any questions, anything you want to see. Obviously, on that photo was a picture of my Ferrari, so it's probably instigated a lot of Ferrari questions. But I thought I'd spend a few minutes today just showing you the car and answering your questions on the Instagram below. So here we go. Hopefully, this passes some time. Engine bay, please, G. That's from Mickey X47. Let's have a look at the engine bay. So this car has got the carbon fibre engine bay, which was a quite expensive option when the car was new. So it's got the carbon fibre sort of engine panelling around the outside of the bay, and it's got the carbon fibre air boxes, and it's got the carbon fibre Ferrari badge as well on top of the intakes. So that's the engine bay as such. It's a 4.3 litre V8, 490 horsepower I think it was, just under 490 brake horsepower. When it was new, God knows how much it's producing now, probably a lot less. Yeah, great motor, naturally aspirated as well, which is one of my favourite things about the car. So yeah, that's the engine bay. Also, with that carb engine bay, you can also get this as well, which this car has, which is the Scuderia or Challenge style rear grille, which is all finished in gloss carbon fibre twill as well. I think it was about 15 grand when the car was new to have all of that fitted. So a nice little bonus when I bought the car. Next question was a detailed walk around video of the Ferrari maybe. That's from Silken Flanks. Yeah, well I'll do a little walk around. So I'm showing the engine bay is a good place to start, I suppose. It's a 2006 Ferrari F430 manual transmission, so the interior here has got the 6-speed gated manual transmission gearbox. This was the last car Ferrari made as a manual, and was the 599 in the California, and they all came to an end in 2009 as a manual car. So quite special in that sense. That's what really attracted me to owning it. Yeah, in the interior you've got the cream leather with the Cavallino horses inside the headrests. It's got what I prefer, the aluminium trim. You get a lot of them with carbon fibre, but I quite prefer the aluminium trim inside. Spec-wise, there wasn't a lot of spec on it because this is the standard colour. The Rosso Corsa was a standard Ferrari colour. The wheels were standard. The yellow calipers I think were an option. It's got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres, which are probably the best tyres for the car. It's got a Scuderia shields, which are an option, I believe, as well. And that's about it really. There wasn't a lot of options you could really put on these cars, not the Ferraris of today. Comes with the front. You've got to probably, it's filthy dirty. It's on the list of things to do during the lockdown is to wash it. Number plate's hanging off. That's my own fault. But it's a nice condition when it's clean. David W. Bush stuff. Ferrari interested? Well, aren't we all? So I think all these questions are Ferrari related. Mr. JWW98 has said, random, but is that Lamborghini Huracan that's appeared on your story yours? No, it's not. It's my neighbour's car. It lives just behind me. If you wanted to see that, then let us know and I can do a video on that, showing you around that car. It's just behind here. Also some clips of your Ferrari interior. Well, just done that. Maybe some history of the ownership of the car and any plans for trips. Or the story as to why you got it, etc. So from Mr. JW98. History of the car. It's a 2006 car. I think it's had 6 or 7 owners, which is not unusual in the supercar world. A lot of the cars pass from collection to collection. The average supercar owner has a car for about a year, and they change it every year typically. Obviously, I'm not quite in the wealth category to do that, so this is really keep it for a long time. I bought the car in September 2019, so I've had the car for 7 months now. I bought the car from Maundrell, who are a specialised sort of car dealers, mainly in Porsches, but other luxury vehicles in sort of Wiltshire, Oxfordshire sort of way. I bought the car from them. It's a great car, great people, and I've done a few trips in it. I've done 3,500 miles in it in that sort of 6 months. So I'm doing about 6,000 miles a year, 7,000 miles a year. Yeah, so I've had it for that period of time. I haven't taken it to many places yet, a few car trips and car clubs, but I haven't, caffeine and machine. But I plan to do some good trips in it this summer, obviously once this lockdown thing sort of lifts. And the story as to why I got it. So everyone who knows me, I'm a massive Ferrari fan. I've always loved Ferraris, and it was always a dream to have one, and I never thought it was going to be possible. With a bit of clever financing, I managed to make it happen, and yeah, still living the dream, still a bit of a dream. So I'm really happy it made it happen. Hopefully it'll last a long time. I plan to own the car for several years, hopefully. Luke Holland 8, would love to see more on the BMW. Looks mint, well there it is. I know that's a sarcastic comment, but still, the BMW is not mine, it's a company car. It's a 4 Series 430i M Sport Plus Coupe. In red 430, red 430. I thought it was a bit of an in joke. And D4BLX said, the Ferrari, exclamation mark. Excellent stuff. There she is. And I think there's some more questions on DMs. Louis George Henry has said, what's your favourite song to play guitar to? I'd say probably a classic, A Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, because it's got a nice riff, some nice chords, and it's got a great solo. So that's probably my favourite song to play guitar to, because it's quite easy as well. So you can just sort of just breeze through it, and yeah. So that's it for the questions. It's quite a short one. Ask me more questions if you want part 2, and I can show you. It doesn't have to be the car, it can be anything, guitars, music, models, memorabilia, stuff I've collected from my 6.5 years in the supercar industry. Yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching, and hopefully let's do a part 2. Ask me some more questions. Come on, keep it going. I need to keep entertained.